Hello YouTube family, I just wanted to give you guys a quick update on what's been happening with John and I. First, I'd like to mention that Tulsa Fertility Clinic did give us some of our money back. I'd say maybe at most a third, but I'm not even sure if it was that much. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know that they did. They had to meet with the board of directors to do it, but they did it. Secondly, we wanted to let you know that we decided to go with Shady Grove Fertility. It's something we probably should have done a long time ago when we first heard about Shady Grove, but we just were full of hope that, number one, the tubal would work, which it did, and we would be able to conceive naturally. And then even when we did our first IVF cycle, we still were hopeful that would work, and that we wouldn't be at this point without a child. But we are. So we've, compared the prices with both places, but the guarantee that Shady Grove offers is, you really can't beat that. If you don't have a baby or bring a baby home from the hospital, then they give you your money back. So, we initially had a telephone conference with the physician, one of the physicians at the Rockville, Maryland site, because they have several locations. And then on the 19th of May, John and I flew out to Pennsylvania and stayed with his dad, and then the following day we drove down to Rockville and did all the preparatory appointment stuff, and then came home the following day. We met with Dr. O'Brien again, and she basically just wanted to make sure we didn't have any other further questions about the entire process. And then after we met with her, we went to meet with financial, and they just went over, all the options and the costs of all the different programs they have. After that, I had to do my mock transfer cycle, and that was fine. It came out fine. I knew it wouldn't be a problem. My uterus looks great, because I've had one done before, but they wanted to do their own. Also, after that, we met with the nurse, and she went over the consents. She talked about me needing to do a mock lining cycle before we could proceed, and that would have been also the time we would have went over medication administration, but since we've done this and we are both medical professionals, we didn't need to redo all that. After that, we were able to eat lunch. On return of lunch, they went ahead and froze. John gave a specimen, and they went ahead and froze that sperm for future eggs. And then we met with the social worker, and as I think I've mentioned before, that was basically just to see where our frame of minds were about going through the IVF process, what our expectations are, things like that. But she was very nice and very informative. After meeting with her, we met with the patient liaison, I can't say it, I'm sorry, person, and then we were done. It was an all-day thing, but we were done, and then we drove back to Pennsylvania, excuse me, and had dinner with his sister and his dad. Once we got back home, one of the things we were kind of confused about was, since I just did a lining check in April with our IVF cycle, and we did send those copies to them, as well as our infectious disease labs, copies, we were both wondering why we were having to do another one. And so I went ahead and sent an email to find out if it's even necessary, since we just did one and the results were good. So they came back and said that that's fine. They don't need to do one. So that puts us a little bit more ahead. I did have to get some lab work drawn though. I think in a past lab result I had a low vitamin D level, so she wanted to recheck that. And also, I guess what was missing from my infectious disease profile was varicella, so I needed to get that to show I'm immune. And then they wanted to do a CBC. So I had that drawn locally at one of the hospitals. So now all we're waiting for is for them to get the results of that. And then what we've decided to do, since this is the guaranteed shared risk program, we decided to go ahead and transfer our 3 embryos that we have back in Texas to that office, and they've agreed to go ahead and let us try transferring those first before we start any fresh IVF cycles. So that's good. I didn't want to discard them. I just have this gut feeling that we need to use them. We need to try with them first. And then after that, we will just, even though with our last cycle we made 3 bad eggs, that doesn't mean that all my eggs are bad. It really doesn't. I've got to produce at least 1 or 2 good eggs somewhere. And with 6 chances to do that, not including any frozen cycles, then if we can't have a child of our own after that, then we will just probably give up or look towards adoption. But that would be our last resort. So that's what's in our plans right now. We're both doing well. We're excited. We just have to, since the embryos are already made, it's really just about preparing my lining and just setting a date to get back up there. And we're not sure how soon. It probably won't be until July that we can, make it back up there. But that's okay. That will be here before we know it. On another note, I finally graduated. We went to Texas for my graduation, and I did graduate with honors, of course. So I'm very proud of that. All 3 of my children came, and then my sister and her fiance, and my husband, and me. John's family lives too far to, just travel so quickly. And for other reasons, the rest of my family didn't come, which kind of sucked, but whatever. What can I do about it? Nothing. So I guess that's it. I hope everyone is doing well, and I continue to pray and think of you and hope that your results are what you need them to be. And I look forward to seeing pictures of your beautiful babies when they get here. That's all for now, so have a great day. See you later. Bye-bye.